Hi, everybody. I'm Brad Silbert for Hamilton County Television. Welcome to the official opening of Beaver Stadium for the Back to School Stadium Bash here from the brand new Beaver Stadium on the campus of Noblesville High School. It's great to be back and on the air once again, and we'd like to welcome all of you who are watching tonight and urge you, if you have a chance, to come on out here to Beaver Stadium this evening. This is not just a high school event. This is an event that is for all schools. And among other people, Perry Williams is with us here tonight. And our first guest at the Beaver Stadium Back to School Bash is none other than Marty Cook. Let's send it down to Perry.
Well, I got Marty Cook here, and I guess one of the things about this, Marty, you and your staff have done an outstanding job, and it looks like the crowd's starting to come in. Talk a little bit about how this all come about when you started doing this several years ago.
Yeah, thanks, Perry. We really appreciate you being here tonight. The Back to School Bash started back in 2014, and that first year we held it on the Courthouse Square downtown. We really saw it as a positive opportunity to celebrate back to school, to partner with all of our community friends and invite them to come out and exhibit, and then, of course, just a really great way to connect with all of our students and families. It has grown over the years, got a little bigger. We went to Federal Hill Commons for a couple years, and then, of course, we're out here tonight, and, you know, this is a really special night and a special location because this is also the grand opening of our new Beaver Stadium.
Well, I appreciate it, Marty. Now, name some of the people that I know there's a lot of people that have helped you along the way putting on this bash, but just mention a few of those, and you can always say and a lot more.
Yeah, I know I'll forget some people. Joan Lawrence, who manages our facilities. Grounds. Tim Battle is one of our building supervisors. We have a new building supervisor, Hallie, at the community center and the stadium. He's been out here quite a bit helping with things. So those are just some people that, Melissa McDaniel from our tech department's also been a great help. We've got Rich Harden tonight announcing for us. We've got a lot of helpers. It's been a big team effort to come together to put this on. It's a lot of work to come.
Well, thanks a lot, Marty. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. We'll catch up with you later.
Thanks, Gary.
All right, we're going to walk around a little bit here and try to get the proper place to talk again. Brad, go ahead and take it away for a minute until I go to another spot.
Okay, thanks, Perry. Good to hear from Marty. And as you were saying to her, it takes a lot of people to put an event like this on. And we've been out here since about 3:30 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, and the people, the volunteers, have all really come out strong. And I noticed looking down on Field Drive now, there's quite a bit of traffic, and we're starting to see some people come in through the gate. So officially, the event begins here in about 7 or 8 minutes at 5 o'clock. And one of the favorite things that people like at events like this is the good old dunk tank. And the dunk tank is going to have different schedules on it and different times, different people. All the schools will get their chance at the dunk tank, and starting off with Hinkle Creek, then White River, North, and North Crossing, Promise Road. Okay, go right ahead, Perry.
All right, we're back down here on the field on the southeast side, and I got Dave Lido with Noblesville Youth Sports Alliance, and this is a new formed organization that we start, which is a partnership of Noblesville Schools and Noblesville City. So I'll let Dave take a few minutes and tell you a little bit about what this program is all about.
Ultra important to to our community and our kids, and we represent 17 organizations. Kids are served by our Alliance, and we want our programs to thrive, to be successful, grow. And so this alliance is all about marketing out to understand what's available, bringing that an opportunity to get the word out about the great sports they offer.
All right, I got that. But the one thing about it is that, go ahead, Brad.
Thanks, Perry. Apologize for some of the technical difficulties we're having here. This is all a brand new setup for us, so we're kind of experimenting tonight, trying to find the best, the best way to get everything, to get everything all set up here. But once again, just like to welcome everybody who's here and welcome all the volunteers, and urge you, if you have time tonight, please be sure to stop by. It is just a gorgeous night here for the for the opening night ceremonies. Okay, and I think we got the technical difficulties all worked out here, so let's go back to Perry Williams.
Hi, this is Dave Lida with Noblesville Youth Sports Alliance, and Perry gave me the opportunity to speak about what our alliance is about. We represent 17 youth sports programs across this great community. Our programs include everything from basketball, baseball, softball, wrestling, swimming, you name it. Not only sports that feed directly into high school sports, but also club sports as well that are maybe emerging and growing sports. The Alliance was formed to make sure that families knew what sports were available when they were thinking about moving to Noblesville. In addition, the city of Noblesville is very interested in landing businesses here in Noblesville, and those businesses want to know what sports programs are available for their families. So we are basically the advertising and marketing arm for these 17 programs so that we can ensure that they continue to prosper, they grow. The families across Noblesville are aware of all the offerings that we have and the great sports programs across this great city.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Got to switch back here. Did that work? Could you hear?
It would cut out occasionally.
Yeah, okay. All right. Can you hear me all right? All right. I'm going to move a little bit around here. You got me in range here? All right. I have Donna Buckley with me, who is the head basketball coach of the girls Noblesville Millers, and also had a special year this year, winning a state championship. So I'm going to give these headphones to Donna and let her put it on, and then talk into the mic and talk a little bit about Miller basketball. As long as you can hear yourself, face that way because the antenna's that way.
Gotcha. All right, Perry, what are we talking about?
We're talking about girls basketball.
Just anything with girls basketball. Well, we are out here tonight. Like I said, we got our booth going to promote our youth stuff, and we're really excited. Like I said, we have a lot of really good young kids in our program. Hopefully keep things going. And like I said, we had a great season this past season, winning a state championship. We've got our rings out here for everybody to see tonight, and hopefully, like I said, can add to that collection.
No, you're good. All right, I'm going to move over here to Scott McCollum, talk a little bit about the Noblesville boys. Oh, hang on just a minute. Let me square around here. Now, says we got to be facing way there, and I'll let you put these headphones on. Okay. So as long as you hear yourself talk. Now, you understand that, Coach? As long as you hear yourself talk. Doesn't matter if the kids are listening. As long as you can hear yourself talk, you're on the air. But you have to be facing towards seeing where. Back it off a little bit.
Hear me?
We can hear you, Coach.
That's right.
Go ahead and talk. Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, Coach.
Okay.
Go ahead and tell us about the basketball program this
Basketball. There we go. Just trying to get better. Just trying to put ourselves in a position to be successful. You know, it's been a long time since we won a championship, and we've got to get that turned around. And we made a step in the right direction, winning a sectional game last year, and we're really looking forward to the upcoming season. We've got 5 returning players and reason for optimism.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate you talking with us here tonight. I heard you say you're very optimistic about the players this season. Got quite a few kids coming back. I mean, you lost a few, but you got quite a few kids coming back.
Yeah, we do. We've got several kids coming back. 5 kids off a 13-win season. 3 seniors: Preston Roberts, Luke Almodovar, and Cooper Bean. Junior Aaron Fine and Hunter Walston, and I feel like we've got a couple guys that are going to fill a role in Aiden Brewer, and see where some other guys fall into place. And 13 wins after last season, got those guys back. We still got to find better leadership and ownership of the team, and if the guys will continue to share it and we'll toughen up on defense, we got a chance to have a nice season.
Thanks a lot, Coach. I appreciate you. Have a good time, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brad.
Thank you, Perry. Once again, it is official now. We are officially open here at Beaver Stadium for back-to-school night, and just great to see some of the people coming out here. Great to be able to talk to the coaches. And, of course, one of the things with basketball this season, Perry, is in addition to this beautiful new football stadium, the mill got a facelift. Have you been able to see that at all yet, or take a look at it?
The new bleachers look outstanding. And also the floor looks great. So it's exciting, and it'll be fun to be at the mill.
Well, in addition to basketball, there's obviously football people out here tonight. And all the different teams.
Yeah, there's wrestling. You got the whole list in there.
Yeah, we got the cheerleaders out on the field right now doing a little bit of a routine in that. But all the different sports are represented here tonight. So this is not just a football night. It's also a night for all the different sports and all the different schools here in Noblesville. And I can see where I'm sitting here, Perry, that there's already some people out there by the dunk tank getting ready to get that rolling here in a few minutes. And I think the first school that's going to be in the dunk tank is going to be Hinkle Creek Elementary. And there'll be people in and out of that dunk tank all evening.
Brad, I got Felix Mendez with me here, and he's the backbone behind the Girls Academy. And I think you and I saw during the tournament those cute little girls that cheered our state championship Millers on during the season and had one heck of a time. And they're also not only cheerleaders for our varsity players, but they're going to be the future of Noblesville girls basketball. I'll let Felix talk a little bit about how many players that he'll have in the league and teams and some of the things that exciting that they do, because they had one heck of a run there.
Okay. Hey, how you doing, Perry? Good to see you again. So, yeah, Noblesville Girls Basketball Club, we're going into our 9th year now, and a lot of these girls here that are seniors were kind of a part of that initial class where we brought in it was like a 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. So it's great to see that maturation of the program. So this year we will field teams from like 3rd through 8th grade. 2nd graders can try out for 3rd grade teams. And what one of the things we really try to do is push not just basketball, but also a love of being a Miller, right? So it's as much about the culture of being a Miller and supporting our teams, interacting with the high school, getting that feeling of a small town family sports atmosphere is really big for us. So we usually have about 80 girls that participate in a given season. We've been seeing increases in numbers. I guess that happens when you guys win a state championship. So we're just really looking forward to the season and really, getting the kids out there again and screaming and cheering and just loving being a Miller.
Felix, go into a little bit about this program. It's been around 9 years now, and kind of mention basically household names on this tournament that came out that started in this league. So this is for real.
Yeah, I mean, just about everybody on the varsity team. Ashlyn started 4th grade. Danny, KK, Brooklyn. Like I said, you go down top to bottom on the roster, and every girl has played in this league, right? So we've really come up, and at this point, like I said, we're just grateful to put that product out there, right? And just have kids that, again, not come up learning how to play basketball and playing a great game, learning from Donna, but also just, again, getting that love of being a Miller, going in here and growing up. So I'm from New York, and I never really got that small town sports feel. Loved Hoosiers, loved the movie, and when I came here and I saw this, I was like, yeah, this is it, baby. This is wonderful. So
this is real, right?
Exactly. Like, yeah. So man, I just love that atmosphere. But yeah, I mean, Reagan, Meredith, all these girls that you'll see on that roster, the state champions, everyone came up to that program. And I'm proud to say I saw those girls grow up and develop. If you look at our tryout flyer, you'll see Meredith back when she had her goggles, little thing, and before she shot up. So it's like I said, it's really amazing to see them grow up.
Well, thank you, Felix, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to talk here. Man, this is a great thing here tonight.
Yes, it is, man. This is amazing. This is a beautiful stadium. I can't wait to come and check out some games, so looking forward to it.
Now, the mill's looking pretty good, too, now over there.
Yeah, I think so, man. We're going to do our best. We got a target on our backs, man, but we're going to do our best to defend the ring.
Yeah, but Donna says she's going to take care of us this season, so we'll be back down there.
I think so.
She's completely ignoring me on this. All right, good seeing you. Thank you.
Hey,
back
Perry,
to you.
Yeah,
Brad.
Perry, you had the New York boy there in Felix, and sitting up here in the booth is me, the good old Chicago boy, and I can really identify with what he was saying, having grown up in a huge city and moved to Indiana, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just a fantastic atmosphere and the opportunities. Great, I couldn't have raised my family in a better place other than here in Hamilton County, and I can certainly identify with everything he was saying.
Well, Brad, and I think the other thing is we spent a lot of time with the girls basketball team this year going to the state championship and that run there. And the one thing that we learned behind the scenes, how important Felix is to this girls program.
Yeah, it's not only his support, Perry, but what I've seen. I got to go back a few years when I lived up in Lafayette. We used to get to go to the Coach Katie's luncheons before on game days. And I remember when Judd Heathcote was the coach at Michigan State. I know that's a long, long time ago, but he came to the luncheon and he was talking about it. In the years I lived in Lafayette, Purdue had some pretty doggone good teams. And he challenged the Purdue fans up there. He said, you guys are having a really good season this year. But remember, it's like a roller coaster. You're going to have your peaks, you're going to have your valleys. And he said, the most important thing for you guys is to be there to support this team regardless of how good or how bad they are. And that's one of the things that I have really noticed in my years, specifically here in Hamilton County, that the fans just seem to come out. And, a winning season definitely helps. But they've been there through the good and the bad. And if it wasn't for people like Felix and all the other fans, it just wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm moving over here towards the Boys and Girls Club tent. I need somebody to. Jim says hi, Abby.
Hi, Jim.
You talking? Come over here. You can talk. I got Abby here from Boys and Girls Club, and she's going to talk a little some things that they do. Order of all our games here at Noblesville. So stand over here a little bit, Abby, because we got to sure we hit the right. And I'll hold the mic.
Okay.
And you just talk. And if I can hear you,
Okay.
we're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the Boys and Girls Club. We're here, local in town. We're an after.
Hello. Okay.
Boys and Girls Club is here local, and we serve kids up through 18 years of age. Program for youth volleyball, basketball, and volleyball, and also offer cheer. We offer we have a teen center, and great variety of activities. So we're lucky to be here.
Okay, I didn't see if you had it on it.
Can you hear me all right now?
You're kind of choppy.
Yeah, kind of choppy right
Yeah.
there. I nations that we go.
We haven't found that sweet spot yet.
Yeah. Well, it was over there by Felix, and he did. It took a little while to get it tuned in, so I'm going to walk out to the middle of the field, catch Coach Sharp. So,
one of the things that we're seeing here tonight is the Miller helmet is down there on about the 10-yard line, and you can just see some of the youngsters over there lining up at their opportunity to check out that Miller helmet, and you can just kind of anticipate that there's probably some of those youngsters out there who are looking at that and thinking, maybe one of these days I'll get to come on the field through that helmet. But anyways, great to have you with us tonight. If you're
go ahead, keep going, Brad. I'm almost over there.
well, let's see. We've got a lot of people, a lot of different groups here this evening, and I'm just trying to get here in a position where I can tell you who some of them are.
All right.
In addition, we've got other things like the Marching Millers are out here tonight. We've already talked about the dunk tanks. Youngsters who want to do a little face painting. That's always a popular thing when you have gatherings.
Absolutely.
And photo opportunities, art activities. There's giveaways. There's also what they call the Miller Mall. And I'm not quite sure what the Miller Mall is. Maybe you know, Perry.
Yeah, that's our merchandise, and it's up here on the southwest side, right by the concession stand. Right now, I got Coach Sharp here with me, the head football coach of the Noblesville Millers. Coach Sharp, the camera's straight up there, and the antenna and everything. Okay. So I'm gonna hold the mic, and you go ahead and talk.
Okay. Hey Perry, how you doing? It's good to be here.
Tell us a little bit about how it's going in practice so far. I know we're pretty early, but how it's going.
It's been great. We've had a great summer. We used all 12 of our football days. Those are competition days and practice days, that are shoulder pad and helmet. We had some great scrimmages with some quality competition this summer. Roncalli, Chittard, Whiteland, Columbus North, Mississinawa, to name a few, and a few others. So it's really coming together. Got our offense, defense installed, and getting ready to work on special teams on Monday and Tuesday. And it's 3 weeks from today. The stadium will be packed, and Mount Vernon Marauders will be here, and we're very much looking forward to it.
You know, Coach, the one thing about it now that I have this mic, see, I can interview you down on the field before the game and as you come out of the locker room at halftime. How about that?
This is an interview. This is an interview. I thought we were just having a friendly conversation, Perry.
Well, I appreciate it, Coach. I see you got Coach Metzler here with you today, and I know he doesn't want to talk, but he actually does a pretty good job when he's forced to do this. But this is not what he likes to do. Well, I appreciate it, Coach. Good luck, and I'm sure that we will have many interviews this season. All right? Thank you. All right, we'll kind of walk around here. I see the tent of Orange Therapy. There's tents all over this place, Brad. Let me try to walk over here by the fence and see if we can pick up some of the people. I know.
Well, I've noticed along the south side of the field here, right along the fence there, Perry, are all the different elementary schools and the other schools in the Noblesville School District. So, as I've said a couple times already tonight, this is not just a Noblesville High School event. This is a back-to-school event for all people in the Noblesville School District. I mean, I can see, just looking here, I see Noblesville West is over there. I see North Elementary. I see Stony Creek and just all kinds of things. So you're welcome to come out and visit and take in some of the tents, take in some of the refreshments too. All kinds of different goodies here tonight, and all kinds of different foods and things like that. The food options alone, Perry, this really isn't bad. I mean, you know, Jim usually feeds us pretty well when we're out on the road.
You guys better not be eating food while I'm down here.
Would we do something like that to you, Perry? Yeah, you're the guy out there getting the sun and the fun and the tan. But,
yeah.
Food options out here tonight. If you want to come out for dinner, you got Chick-fil-A, Pizza Hut, Quiznos, burgers, hot dogs, grilled cheese, mac and cheese, gourmet pretzels, Kona Ice, one of my favorites, lemon shake-ups. Ooh, man, good thing State Fair time is getting close, Perry. Those lemon shake-ups, they sure sound good. Got popcorn, cookies, candy, cinnamon rolls, ice cream sandwiches, and bubble tea. Now, I'm not a tea drinker, and I don't know if you are, Perry, but do you know what bubble tea is?
Yeah, it's I don't actually care for it, but I know the kids kind of love it. I see the band is
yes, the marching band is coming onto the field.
Setting up here and getting ready to perform a little bit. Our good friend, the voice of the Millers, here at the football stadium, Rich Harden's on the PA, filling everybody in on what's going on here. But the crowd's starting to pour in here, especially on that north end, because probably nobody realizes the brand new parking lot that we had built down here on the south end. So not very many. And I'm going to walk this way and talk a little bit to our band director, Mr. Thornberry, see if I can catch him and talk to him for a couple of seconds.
Well, from my viewpoint up here, Perry, the parking lot on the north end here appears to be fairly full already, and even the parking that's right on the south end appears to be fairly full, and the parking over in front of the mill and the swimming pool complex looks like it's starting to fill up, and we're seeing a lot of people coming up from the
Mr.
south.
Thornberry.
So let's go back to Perry and our band director.
What is this? The
Hamilton County TV. Let's look that way, and I'll hold the mic for you.
Okay.
And you talk a little bit what's going on and in band. As I drive around the school almost every day and see what's going on, and your band's always out here working hard and trying to get better all the time.
Absolutely. Well, we just finished up 2 weeks of band camp, so the kids have been here from 8 to 5 every day learning our 2022 production field show, which is called A Million Dreams. The band is largest it's been since I've been in Noblesville. This is starting my 12th year. We're over 160 members strong, and the kids are working like really hard. It's just we're kind of I think we're springboarding off the success that we had last year, And we're excited to perform part of the show tonight. We're going to do just the intro. A Million Dreams is from the musical The Greatest Showman. So we're going to do the intro to that and feature some of our ensembles, kind of show everybody what we've been working on. But it's going to be a great year. We're excited. This new stadium is absolutely amazing. We got a chance to rehearse in here on Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night, and it was incredible. I mean, just like being in the press box and being able to watch is like being in Lucas Oil Stadium looking down at the band, which is exactly where we want to be at the end of the season. So,
well, I've told a lot of people, and in what I dream of, not only of playing football out here and some of the different sports, but also, man, you could put on a huge band competition out here.
Oh,
I mean, you got
So-
this field, and we got 2 practice fields over there.
Absolutely. Well, we have a contest October 1st. It'll be, I think, like the 12th annual Black and Gold Invitational. Last year we had 18 bands that signed up, and of course we got rained out. And it was so challenging to try to set up the old Beaver Field where it's a half-mile away and move back and forth. So we're just excited to be on the same campus. We already have 6 bands registered for the competition. And so we were very excited. And we've already hosted the world-class drum and bugle corps, Blue Coats. They came to our facility and rehearsed. And then 2 weeks from now, a group from Anaheim, California, the Mandarin Drum and Bugle Corps are actually rehearsing here. The World Championship Marching Drum Corps International Championships are in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium, August 12th, 13th, and 14th. And so every drum corps wants to come to Noblesville to practice.
Well, I think I think once people realize what we have here,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you do a lot of competition all over the state and around the area, and
Ohio this year.
Yeah.
We're competing for the first time. The Marching Millers are taking their show on the road to Obetz, Ohio. It's south of Columbus, to compete in the Bands of America Central Ohio Regional Championship. So we're excited. We've never competed in field show outside of the state, so we're going to go to Ohio and take the show on the road and see what happens.
well, I appreciate you stopping by and talking with me and everything. And we're certainly excited at Hamilton County TV, and you know, if there's anything we can do to help you,
definitely.
we'd be glad
Well,
to
maybe
do
we
that.
can get you to come out and do video the contest again like you did a couple years ago.
Yeah, that sounds great. With the pandemic hopefully over,
that's right.
hopefully over, it'd be a great time. So I appreciate you, and I know you're trying to get set up here. So thanks a lot. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Look forward to seeing you soon.
All right, take it away, Brad. I'm going to walk around here a little bit, see if I can find some more people to talk to.
All righty, Perry's getting his exercise out there, getting a little sun while he's out there, and enjoying himself. Nice to see all the folks out here. I'd like to welcome you to Beaver Stadium, to the Back to School Stadium Bash, an annual event here at Noblesville Schools. First time it's been here in the brand new Beaver Stadium, the opening event for this brand new gorgeous stadium, and it's great to be here with you. I'm Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams. I'd like to thank Jim Wofford, our producer-director, for getting everything set up for us, and also Will Wofford on the camera tonight. And I'd like to thank our sponsors for this evening, Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. They've sponsored these events and many, many other events like it throughout the years here with Hamilton County Television, and it certainly is greatly appreciated. If we could get Will on the camera, he's not listening to me.
No. Hey, Brad, I got Adrian Young here with me.
Okay,
and
go ahead.
She's another one of the organizers here. Adrian, we've already interviewed Marty, so talk a little bit about what has gone into putting this together. She kind of gives the history of, we've done this for 9 years, but this is a whole different atmosphere here.
Yeah. Whenever last year, whenever we were at,
Let me help.
sorry, and then no, but this is the first time the back has been school property. So that not only do we have this brand new stadium, that the grand opening, this is our event on our home, literally. And
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and man, this is a great atmosphere here. And you know, there's a lot of people here, but it doesn't seem like there's that many people here because we've been in such small territories in the past.
Yeah, we actually are expecting over 8,000 people today to come to the bash. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 10,000 today. Look at different plazas, you can tell how full it is, but because of the turf and everything spread out, I promise you, they're here.
Well, thank you a lot. I appreciate what you've done. Thank you, hon. All right.
Take a look at your camera there, and folks, and take a look at that brand new scoreboard there. And when I walked in here, I thought, well, the Millers are playing the Millers, and it's 20-22. And then I thought, well, that's right. Yeah, it is 2022, and it's Beaver Stadium, the brand new Beaver Stadium, and the back-to-school bash here on Hamilton County Television. And Perry, you look at that scoreboard, and you know, for broadcasters like you and me, that's just at the perfect angle here from the press box, and I'm sure that the folks in the stands will also appreciate that.
Yeah, one thing about it too, Brad, I want to make a little comment, not a whole lot of people except an old guy like me, but when we had our football stadium, our old one, which was 50 years ago, one of the big things that happened was Carmel Greyhounds, and everybody knows the Carmel Greyhound Noblesville rivalry back in those years in the early 70s. And a guy by the name of Jim Belden, who coached here at Noblesville and went on to win a couple of state championships at Carmel. That score on the board right now was when the gun went off in 0 numbers. The Millers had scored 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of the game, and the Millers won 22-20. So that's a little history there of that probably not too many people remember, probably not too many people care.
Well, if there's ever a sports historian for high school sports, it's Perry Williams out there in the middle of the field. And he's trying to do a little calisthenics there, a little knee bend for you.
Somebody dropped a card, a Starbucks card. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I may have $100 worth of Starbucks. That'll probably buy a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Well, I looked at that scoreboard. It didn't take long for me to figure out what they were talking about, 2022. But if you look at the game clock down on or the play clock down in the field, it's got 40 seconds on it, but it's also got 2022 on it. So
yeah.
The significance is there. Perry, let's just talk a little bit about, since you don't have anybody with you now, let's just talk a little bit about some of the sporting events we got coming up here on Hamilton County Television this fall. Coming up 3 weeks from tonight, you and I will be back here, and we'll have the honor, privilege, whatever you want to call it, to do the opening broadcast for the Millers when, as Coach Sharp said, that the Mount Vernon Marauders, who are one of the class champions from last season, come here to meet the Millers, and the Millers had the distinction last year, and this is going to be a tough one for them to follow up on, but they had the distinction last year of being the only team that actually beat Mount Vernon all season.
Absolutely, and that was a heck of a game over at Mount Vernon, and a great thrill, and a young running back by the name of Logan Schaffner did an outstanding job, the little running back for the Millers, and they just couldn't stop him. So it was an amazing game there. And I'm sure that there's all kinds of information on the bulletin boards over at Mount Vernon talking about them. The only loss they had last season was the game against the Millers, because that was a blemish that the first game of the season. So.
Well, then, of course, after the Marauders, we got one more non-conference game, and then we move into the conference games. And as per usual with the Hoosier Crossroad Conference, Perry, it doesn't get any easier. And there's a lot of good football teams out there in the HCC.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of good football teams. But let's face it, there are good football teams every year in the Hoosier Crossroad Conference. And we got to be proud of what we got here. You know, it's kind of neat. Of course, there's not a lot of people in the bleachers, but there's kind of nice to see people and trying to find out where they want to sit come football season, because I can tell you this place is going to be jam-packed with fans this season.
Well, I kind of like the seat I'm sitting in up here, Perry, so I want to reserve that one for 3 weeks from tonight. How about that?
Absolutely. It's going to be a fun night and a very, very important night for Noblesville fans. And, you know, it's just like we had the ribbon cutting today, and it's been 50 years since we had a new stadium, okay? It's hard to believe that Beaver Material Field was that old, really, because, you know, there was a lot of success, a lot of great teams there, and a lot of highs and a lot of lows.
Well, I can tell you from my perspective, Perry, it's great to see the new stadium, but little history on mine, and I'm dating myself a little bit here. The high school I went to was built in 1965, and they are still playing in the same football stadium.
Yeah, and you know, we're very, very blessed here to have what we have here at Noblesville, and I think people will see that here in the football stadium and all the bells and whistles that we have. But when we go in the middle this season, I think we're going to be really, really surprised at what all they've done there.
Well, let's talk about another football league that's going to be featured here on Hamilton County Television. Some youth football. That's, you know, I know we've had a few games before, but we got a number of youth football league games coming up this season, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you can talk and go through some of the people, I need to run down Sean Blades here and talk about this league that's going to be playing here and walk around. And I don't know if Jim's got any commercials or anything, or you want to talk about, you know, the information that yeah, we do have. All right, we got the band coming on now, so we'll talk here a little bit longer, Brad, and then I'll walk around and see if I can all right, go ahead. They're coming out on the field right now. Mr. Thornberry leading them out, cheerleaders out there, just like game night. Okay.
What a great afternoon it's been so far, and it's just actually only a half an hour old. And if you've got a chance to get out here this afternoon or early this evening, please come on by. The parking lot is filling up, and there's a lot of people, shall we say, milling around with the Millers and the other schools. And Jim Wofford's giving me the look. But anyways, it's a great event here. Everybody seems to be enjoying it. We don't see a whole lot of activity actually right on the football field, other than the band coming out now, and they're going to be doing some entertaining here for us in a little bit. But Perry's kind of walking around and exploring, trying to find some other folks to talk to. But in the meantime, a lot of booths at both ends of the stadium, and if you're coming out for your specific school, most of them are on the south end of the field. We can see Noblesville West. We can see Noblesville Schools, Stony Creek, North Elementary, and many of the all the schools here in the Noblesville School District are represented here tonight. And it's just a great atmosphere out here tonight, and we thank everybody who worked so hard to put this event together. We really appreciate what they've done. And also all the all the volunteers who put this thing together. We will close it out here at 8 o'clock. Weather-wise, we've got just an absolute perfect evening for this event. Very few clouds in the sky, beautiful sunshine day, about 80 degrees. You couldn't ask for better conditions. It's an absolute as I said before, a lot of different things going on here. I see a lot of activity down there at the dump. say there isn't a bad seat in the house here. The band is just about getting ready here. Last minute preparations. I know Perry was looking for Sean Blades to talk a little bit more about the football season coming up in that, and we'll also have some other sporting events coming up during the fall season. I know we'll be covering some soccer and some volleyball, so we have a lot of different events coming up here for the season and for the fall season, and hopefully we'll possibly see another state championship one of these days again. We had the Millers win 2 last year with girls soccer and girls basketball, and the boys had won. It was the boys who won the girls soccer. And then, of course, the Lady Millers, they won the state basketball championship. I think we're just about ready for the band here. It looks like they've got about all their preparations made here. And as soon as they're ready, we'll turn it over to them for a few minutes. All kinds of things going on here for all age groups, not just, remember this, even though this event is here at Noblesville High School, this is for all Noblesville schools, students, and families. So we'd urge you to come out and enjoy it if you have a chance to yet this evening. And once again, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies, out there on South 10th Street in Noblesville. Stop by and see the crew over there. Go into the sign shop, and you'll see Will Wofford in there. He's one of the mainstays there, and of course Jim is always around. And if you go to our website at hctv1.com in the very near future, I don't want to give you a prediction on exactly the number of days, but I know that Jim and Perry have been working on the schedule for the soccer and for volleyball, and they are looking to get that posted. So we're going to have all kinds of sporting activities coming up this fall. It ought to be a fun fall here for the Millers and sports in general here on Hamilton County television, and lots of Friday night football in that. And as I said, 3 weeks from tonight, we'll be right here on Friday, August 19th, to bring you the opening game here from Beaver Stadium. And also, I can't remember the exact date, but I know coming up in the next couple of weeks, we've got youth football here on, I believe that's next Friday and Saturday. So five games over of the youth league that we'll be bringing you, and so you not only get to see the high school kids play, but you get to see the future Millers and the future high school kids play. Great opportunity to catch some sports and that. And as usual, we love to have people watch us, but we also urge people to come out and see the games in person and support your team and show your support for these kids, because these kids certainly worked hard. And of course, one of the things that each of the coaches that Perry has talked to so far this evening has commented on is just how hard the kids have been working during the off season. Okay, let's send it out to Perry Williams. He's got another coach to talk to. Perry, go ahead, man.
All right, got Coach Weimer here with me today to talk a little bit about the program. So take it away, Coach.
Hey, it's awesome to be here, obviously at Back to School Bash, but we love what we're doing with our program from the top to the bottom. We have a little finished 5th in the state. Our middle runners up. Our high school team, we had Kyra Thomas. At 220 was a state qualifier this year. Big things are happening. It's exciting to be here. Everybody in this can give.
Thanks a lot, Coach. I appreciate you talking with us here today. Kind of tell the people when you'll start your high school wrestling season.
Week back, Monday week, we have our call-out meeting. Start doing our outs, lifting with Coach Metter, who's a phenomenal strength coach, and then with our staff in the wrestling room preparing for the upcoming season. And obviously want to get our middle school kids doing the same thing, keeping them on that same path. And then we still have our youth kids going because they're chomping at the bit. They're all going to be wrestling next weekend, actually at the Outweigh National Duels in Fishers. Really excited about that. A lot of great things going on, and I can't wait to keep it going.
Thanks a lot, Coach, for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you got a booth over here you got to get it taken care of. So, Brad, take it back over there, and I think the band's about ready to play, right?
Yeah, they're getting warmed up to some of the music that that Rich Harden is playing out here.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of getting in their groove, and I'm looking over here at Rich, and it looks like he's just about ready to go. So as soon as the band is ready, we'll be ready to turn it over to them.
All right. Well, all right. I'll send it back to you.
All righty. Thanks, Perry. Once again, welcome to Beaver Stadium, the Beaver Stadium Back to School Stadium Bash. Great to have you here. See a lot of people coming up from the south from the parking lot area, and we're great. It's great to be here with everybody tonight. It's great to see this fantastic turnout that we have here so far this evening, and a little over 2 hours left in the Back to School Bash here at Beaver Stadium. They'll be open until about 8 o'clock. And we're going to turn it over to public address announcer Rich Harden for the introduction of the band. you see where Perry's at, Jim? Well, thanks to the Noblesville Marching Band for a little bit of entertainment there. We're about 15 minutes away from ending our broadcast. We're going to be with you until 6 o'clock this evening. And we appreciate you joining us. Looking for, see where Perry's at right now. I'm not, I don't see him right now, but I know he's looking around trying to find a couple more guests. I know he was looking for Sean Blades to talk to him about youth football in that. But this is one of these events that, regardless of what your interest is, it's not just football. It's a little bit of everything.
There's no going back.
Play again, or are they done? Looks like we're going to have at least one more tune here by the band. Like to thank them and the guard along with them. And so let's go back to the band. sponsoring the Back to School Bash here from Beaver Stadium, and we'll go back to the band. Noblesville Marching Band. The Noblesville Marching Band, and we're about to wrap things up here from Beaver Stadium, the Back to School Stadium Bash, brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Don't forget, coming up 3 weeks from tonight, we'll be right back here at Beaver Stadium, and we will be broadcasting the first game of the season for the Millers. That'll be against the Mount Vernon Marauders, and lots of other sports and things coming up, including some youth football here in the next couple of weeks. We would also like to remind you that you can check our full sports schedule at hctv1.com on the internet, and the schedule is there, and we are in the process of finalizing, especially the volleyball and the soccer, so those will be up on the network next week. I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. Remember, the Back to School Stadium Bash runs until 8 o'clock tonight, so encourage you, if you have not had a chance to get out here yet, to try to get out here and enjoy some of the festivities here. I'd like to thank our producer-director, Jim Wofford, our camera operator, Will Wofford. On behalf of Perry Williams, I'm Brad Silver. Good night from Beaver Stadium.